First off, thank you to everyone for being here. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna bring this a little closer. We had a lot of great participation. This room is almost 200 people. I think we had to bring in an extra table. This is really overwhelming. Appreciate everybody's support. In addition to everybody that's here, we've had a lot of sponsorships, which we really appreciate. There's a few here, a couple premium sponsorships I just want to mention. Our brewery sponsor, Goodbell Communications, lunch sponsor, Maddenhauser, golf ball sponsor, Flat World, On Course Beverage, which you all did a good job with, by the way. By 2 o'clock, I was getting can we keep the tab going? I was like, all right, I guess we are. JKJ, thank you very much, gentlemen. On Course Beverage as well, also Essent, appreciate that. Hole in One, Zactus, and Denim Social, so thank you so much for that, really appreciate it. Thank you, sponsors. So again, what are we here for? We're here for Freedom Service Dogs of America, and the Pana Bianco, a special thank you to the Pana Bianco Family Foundation. Mr. Pana Bianco over there. So, I won't steal any of Joe's thunder here as I introduce him, but this is a charity that Joe introduced to us, and if anybody knows anything about Joe, he's a pretty mild-mannered man. He likes to hear opinions. He'll take the room's opinions, and then we'll come to a conclusion together. But when it came to a corporate charity and picking a corporate charity, this was one thing that it was not for discussion. He found this charity and he said, this is our corporate charity. And some people raised their hands and said, this is it. This is the one we're going to have. And we've had it. It's been awesome. I'm so proud to be a part of it. We wouldn't be here without Joe Panabianco.
It would be really cool if about 1/10 of that was true. I'm going to be very quick because I know we want to get the night going, but I would be remiss if I didn't start by thanking the entire team that works on this. So we sit here today and it's great and it's a beautiful day and we're golfing, but there's a subset of people that get this done. Excuse me, we don't get all of them, but certainly I want to just give a quick round of applause for Casey Brinker. So Craig was right. You know, we wanted to give back, right? And listen, everyone in this room, whether you are mortgage or real estate or title insurance, it's been a rough 18 months or so, right? But charities are incredibly important because it puts what is really important into perspective for you. You know, we are raising money for, forget military people who we all owe a huge debt of gratitude to, but these are folks who in the course of defending our freedoms, our ability to send our kids to school, our ability to go to the mall, our ability just to live the lives that we live. It's really because, and these are folks who have not only served, but they've suffered because of serving, right? They can't live the lives that we are blessed to live. They can't live under the blanket of freedom that they provide for us. So towards that end, we found a charity that combines service dogs with veterans with various forms of PTSD. We partnered with an amazing organization, our Freedom Service Dogs of America. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Nadine Pace and Valor. All right.
Hi everyone. I think some of you, or a lot of you, have seen my face before. I think this is my 5th year here, and it's so great to see so many familiar faces, so thank you. You guys are all so amazing, and I remember the day that Joe called Freedom Service Dogs, and I was fortunate enough to take that phone call and have a conversation with him about how you guys can be a help to our organization. And a lot has changed in those 5 years. I'm sure you guys can all say the same here. We're based in Denver, Colorado, but we serve nationwide. So we have a national reach where our clients are all over the country with our service dogs working. This is Valor, which I know he's who you're really here to see, not really me. Valor is a very cute 1.5-year-old black lab and he is set to be matched with a veteran based in Colorado in June. So he will be graduating, and he is fantastic. So if you have not met him already, please stop me and say hello. He loves a good visit. I'm not a trainer. My role is on the communications, the fundraising side, and that's why I'm here today. So I just want to make sure you guys know who Freedom Service Dogs is and why what you're doing today and just in general to support Freedom Service Dogs is so important. So we are a nonprofit that is really focused on partnering people with custom trained life-changing assistance dogs for people in need. We serve veterans and adults with mobility issues and kids with autism or other neurocognitive disabilities. So we serve a wide population of people, and we graduate about 30 dogs a year with the goal of always increasing that. Last year alone, this event raised enough money to sponsor 3 of those 30 dogs, which is huge. These dogs cost between $30,000 and $50,000 a piece to train from start to finish. It takes about 2 years. It's a lot of work, and the success rate is about 45%, which is pretty average. You gotta realize we're working with animals, and we're not gonna force any animal to do a working job. So those 3 lives that you guys changed just last year and the many lives before that are huge for our organization, and we couldn't do it without you because these people get these dogs at no charge because of the support that you guys give us each year. It's an honor to work with each and every one of you. It's an honor to partner with Andy Mack. You guys are a huge, huge asset to Freedom Service Dogs, and I'm not really sure what we would do without you all. So I can speak all day long about how amazing our organization is and how incredible your impact is, but no one can do it better than our clients. And unfortunately, last year we had a client here with us, and we invited a client that you guys sponsored last year, and he was unable to attend, but he really wanted to show his gratitude. And so this is a video, a really brief video I'm going to show you guys. This is directly from his cell phone. He wanted to be here. He lives in Boston. His name is Alex, and his service dog is Mink. So I'm going to turn it over to Marissa.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Alex Moss, and this is Mink, my service dog. Just over 6 months ago, I was lucky enough to be teamed up with Mink, who was sponsored by Annie Mac, and he's been my battle buddy ever since. A little bit about me. After graduating with a finance degree in 2008, the downfall of the startup I was working for and lack of job prospects given the recession was the catalyst for me to follow my dreams and join the Marine Corps. I joined the infantry and deployed to Afghanistan. It was some of the worst and best times of my life. I came home a different person from the kid who my family had sent off just several months earlier. I was in a tailspin when I came home. I was drinking too much, isolating, and refusing help of any kind. A year later, I was at the Boston Marathon to watch a friend run the race. When the first bomb went off, I started running to the finish line to help out in any way that I could. In the moment, the ability to help others, along with the chaos of the scene around me, brought me back to my time in Afghanistan. For the first time since I got home, I felt okay. I almost felt peaceful. As that moment wore off, the notion that the war I left behind had followed me home overtook me. My world started to unravel, and I was in a free fall headed for a crash landing. It would be some time before I got it together. But when I did turn it around, I did that with help. And I've been able to get it back on track. I got sober, I worked on my mental health, and I built a family with my wife and 2 boys. I was able to make it to the other side in part because of my service dogs. My unit suffered through a span of 3 years with 4 deaths and suicide, the first of which was my best friend, Chris Whiting. I can't help but wonder today how many of them would have benefited from having a service dog and if their path would have been any different. Toward the beginning of this process, I got my first service dog from Freedom, Pastel. Pastel was perfect, but when it was time for her to retire, Freedom service dogs truly outdid themselves when they got me Mink. Mink is a sweet, loyal, smart, loving dog. Not only that, but he's a Swiss Army knife when it comes to my PTSD. He senses when I'm getting anxious, and he'll start licking my hands and face until I'm brought back with my attention to the present moment. When my depression symptoms flare up, he puts his head in my lap and snuggles with me, making my heart fill up with warmth, kind of like this. And when he follows me around endlessly, Mink lets me know that I am the leader of the pack, giving me purpose when I struggle looking for meaning in life. Mink gets along great with Pastel, and he's good with my two boys, only knocking them over on occasion. I now work at the rehab where I got sober, and Mink is there with me every shift, spreading joy and love to the patients and myself. We work doubles, 16 and a half hours together, and Mink helps me through the entire shift. He might sleep here and there, but he's an integral part of what I do. Mink makes my life better every day, and I'm not sure I can accurately portray what he means to me and how grateful I am to have him. Thank you, Annie Mac, for helping me get Mink and for sponsoring him. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me.